Brothers and sisters of Burkina Faso, sons and daughters of Africa, tonight I stand before you with a heart that bleeds, but with a spirit that refuses to bow. The enemies of our people thought that by raining death upon us from the skies, they would silence our voices, crush our determination, and force us into submission. They believed that with their machines, their drones, their foreign technologies, they could erase the spirit of a free Africa. But they are mistaken. For every drop of blood spilled on this soil, for every coffin draped in the red, green, and gold of our nation, 1,000 voices rise stronger, prouder, more defiant than before. 42 of our brave officers, our brothers, our protectors, our martyrs, have joined the long line of African heroes who gave their lives so that future generations may breathe free air. These men were not faceless soldiers. They were fathers, sons, brothers, villagers, children of our soil. They carried within them the heartbeat of Burkina Faso. And as we bring their bodies back to their villages, as we march with flags and drums, as we bury them with honor, we proclaim to the world that our mourning is not weakness. Our mourning is resistance. I went to the hospital to see with my own eyes those who survived this cowardly attack. There, amidst the smell of blood and medicine, I held the hands of the wounded. One officer, valiant and strong, succumbed to his wounds in front of me. His last words were not of fear, not of regret, but of courage. Tell my people, do not kneel. 4 others lie between life and death, fighting with the strength of lions. They do not fight alone. The entire nation breathes with them, prays with them, and surrounds them with love. But today, my people, we also read the sacred roll of honor, the names of those who have ascended as martyrs of the land. They are no longer soldiers of flesh and blood. They are seeds sown into the earth, seeds that will sprout into trees of liberty, whose shade will protect our children for centuries. And tonight, before you, before the nation, before the spirit of Africa, I call their names. Let the earth remember them. Let the rivers carry their name. Let the mountains echo their memory. Captain Issa Ouedraogo, son of Boubacar, village of Kouka. Lit Musa Traoré, son of Mamadou, village of Yako. Sergeant Ibrahim Sawadogo, son of Abdul, village of Kaya. Sergeant Adama Zongo, son of Suleiman, village of Toma. Sergeant Major Amadou Kabore, son of Yakuba, village of Zinyore. Lieutenant Colt Salif Sanu, son of Bakari, village of Houndé. Sergeant Aliou Diallo, son of Karim, village of Fada Ngorma. Tiplo Seydou Sameh, son of Idrissa, village of Gawa. Sergeant Mamadou Gira, son of Hamidou, village of Benfora. Captain Haruna Nebiye, son of Umaru, village of Manga. Lieutenant Daouda Ouattara, son of Alassane, village of Bousse. Sergeant Karim Savadogo, son of Musa, village of Dori. Sergeant Major Abdoulaye Ruamba, son of Bourema, village of Po. Pil Nohun Sere, son of Seydou, village of Kombi Siri. Sergeant Mamoudou Kampo Are, son of Adama, village of Jibo. Lieutenant Idrissa Tapsoba, son of Siaka, village of Kudugu. Church Bourema Lingani, son of Haruna, village of Oradara. Kalbil Zakaria Karnate, son of Salif, village of Kongusi. Sergeant Major Alassane Belem, son of Hamadou, village of Leo. Sergeant Bakari Ouedraogo, son of Issouf, village of Aribinda. People Mamoudou Bashuno, son of Dramani, village of Seba. Sergeant Khalifa Ilbudo, son of Yaya, village of Dano. Sergeant Major Hamidou Sawadogo, son of Ali, village of Salenzo. Pipiwe Abubakar Ilbudo, son of Chok, village of Bitu. Sergeant Daouda Bakyono, son of Sanu, village of Pisila. Sergeant Abdou Kinda, son of Nuhun, village of Diapaga. Lieutenant Karim Tiendra Bayogo, son of Sekou, village of Ohiguya. Sergeant Salifu Nakro, son of Amadou, village of Sapui. Sergeant Major Umaru Diallo, son of Musa, village of Yagere. Sergeant Abdul Gigma, son of Haruna, village of Zergo. Kopial Sekou Masanfo, son of Khalifa, village of Bagre. Sergeant Mahamoudou Porgo, son of Idrissa, village of Reo. Sadid Idrissa Soure, son of Omar, village of Tiabele. Chet Major Siaka Bambara, son of Karim, village of Tanado. People Hamadou Baro, son of Somala, village of Bora. Sergeant Kasum Nikiam, son of Daouda, village of Kindi. Shadret Nufu Sampo, son of Salafu, village of Diabo. Polta Dramane Ki, son of Adama, village of Yalgo. Shadret Abdramayan Zida, son of Sado, village of Brzanga. Shachant Major Sumala Kanda, son of Musa, village of Tangin Desuri. Shachrat Haruna Kare, son of Nuhun, village of Dande. Lutan Yakuba Ninyan, son of Abdullah, village of Bama. These 42 names are not numbers, they are the beating heart of Burkina Faso. When their families weep, we all weep. When their children cry, the entire nation cries. But when we bury them, we do not bury despair. We bury seeds, and seeds when they are buried grow. The enemies of Africa must know this. Every coffin they send to our soil is a school of resistance. Every martyr they create is a soldier multiplied in spirit. They may have drones, satellites, and foreign armies, but we have the love of our land, the courage of our martyrs, and the justice of history on our side. America and Europe, who finance and arm these hidden wars, who pretend to bring peace while secretly striking our skies, must hear clearly tonight, Burkina Faso will not kneel. You kill our officers, but you cannot kill our cause. You bomb our villages, but you cannot bomb away our dignity. You send mercenaries, but you cannot destroy the unity of the people. And to the grieving families I say this, your sons are not gone. They are alive in the songs of the griots, in the prayers of the elders, in the steps of the marching youth, in the harvest of our fields. Their names will be taught in schools. Their stories will be engraved in stone, and their sacrifice will inspire generations who will never again accept chains, never again accept colonial masters, never again bow to imperial dictates. From this day we vow before their coffins, before their spirits, before the flag they defended, Burkina Faso will not betray them. We will fight for sovereignty with fire in our blood. We will unite Africa, not in empty words, but in action, in defense, in self-reliance. Let them call us rebels, let them call us dreamers, let them call us dangerous. We accept all these names, but the one name we will never accept is slave. This is our vow, the blood of our martyrs shall water the tree of liberty. Their sacrifice will not be in vain. And when the day of African unity arrives, when no foreign army dares cross our skies, when no empire dares dictate our destiny, we will look back to this moment and say, it was here, amidst the coffins of 42 martyrs, that the flame of African freedom burned brighter than ever. Long live the martyrs. Long live Burkina Faso. Long live a free Africa. They lay before us in silence, 42 brave souls whose names will forever be etched into the heart of Burkina Faso. Each coffin draped in our flag is more than wood and cloth. It is the story of a life dedicated to duty, a life given in the name of our land and our people. These were not faceless soldiers lost in the pages of history. They were sons of fathers who raised them with hope, brothers who laughed and shared childhood dreams, fathers who kissed their children before departing for the front lines, and men who believed that their sacrifice could make tomorrow safer for their nation. Their honor is not written only in their ranks or in their medals, but in the tears of their mothers, the trembling hands of their fathers, the cries of their children, who will grow up knowing that their bloodline carries the courage of heroes. As we stand before their resting places, grief overwhelms us, but pride rises stronger. Their departure is not an end, it is a beginning. They have joined the immortal company of martyrs, whose lives are seeds planted deep in the soil of this nation. The enemy thought to weaken us by taking their lives, but instead they have strengthened the will of millions. Their honor calls us to stand taller, to carry forward the mission they began, and to never allow their deaths to be in vain. Their legacy is the courage they have passed down to us, and their gift is the clarity they have given to our struggle. We will not let their names fade in the winds of time. In every school, children will learn of the bravery of Captain Issa Ouedraogo, of Lieutenant Musa Traoré, of Sergeant Ibrahim Sawadogo, and of every one of the 42 who gave their lives. In every village, their families will not be left alone. Their brothers in arms and their nation will stand beside them. Their honor will not be measured by the day of their death, but by the eternity of their remembrance. And so, as the flag covers them, it is not to hide them, but to lift them higher, to show the world that Burkina Faso buries its sons, not in despair, but in dignity. They fell as soldiers, but they rise as legends. Their honor is the shield that will guard this nation long after their bodies have turned to dust. They are gone, but they are not lost. They live on in us. They tell us to believe this was fate, an accident of war, a tragedy without a name, but we know better. We know the hands that guided the drone, the minds that plotted its path, and the foreign powers who celebrate in secret when Burkina Faso bleeds. They want us to think this was a storm that passed by chance. No, it was calculated, engineered, and carried out with the arrogance of those who believe Africa will forever kneel before them. The drone that tore apart the lives of our 42 heroes was not born in our soil, nor flown by the spirit of our people. It carried with it the cold fingerprints of foreign powers, American and European, whose hunger for domination has not diminished since the first day they set foot on our land. They said they came to bring development, yet they bring only drones. They said they came as partners, yet they sow division, fund terror, and arm traitors. They pretend to be allies, yet their shadows linger over every act of violence that weakens Africa's march towards sovereignty. Do you not see, my brothers and sisters, how they fear our awakening? They fear a Burkina Faso that stands tall. They fear an Africa that no longer bends its neck to foreign masters. And so, they strike from the skies, hoping to cut us down before we rise. But let the world hear this truth: we are not blind and we are not afraid. Each coffin they created is an indictment of their hypocrisy. Each martyr they left on our soil is evidence of their crimes. They think the blood of our sons will wash away silently into the earth. Instead, it screams louder than bombs. It cries louder than their propaganda. And it rises as a testimony that Africa is under attack, not by faceless enemies, but by those who wear suits in Washington, Paris, Brussels, and whisper about democracy while plotting destruction. Let America hear us. Let Europe hear us. You may kill our officers, you may wound our president, but you will never extinguish our spirit. For every one life you take, 1,000 rise in defiance. For every drone you send, we forge 1,000,000 voices united in resistance. You have exposed yourselves, not as friends but as aggressors, not as partners but as enemies of African freedom. And the day will come when your drones, your schemes, and your betrayals will be powerless before the will of a continent that has decided to be free. Martyrdom is not merely death on the battlefield, it is the rebirth of a people's spirit through sacrifice. The 42 officers who fell in the drone strike did not vanish into the dust of the earth. They became eternal flames burning in the heart of our nation. Their coffins may be heavy with silence, but their memory speaks louder than any weapon. A martyr does not belong only to his family. He belongs to the soil that birthed him, to the flag that wrapped him, and to the people who now walk in his shadow. In their passing, they have become symbols greater than life itself. Each name, each face, each uniform torn by fire is now a seed planted in the ground of resistance. Just as the tree grows stronger after its branches are cut, so too does a nation grow unshakable when watered by the blood of martyrs. They remind us that freedom is never given, it is won, paid for with courage, and sealed with sacrifice. The martyr is not defeated. He transforms suffering into power. His body may fall, but his spirit marches on, multiplied in every soldier who picks up the rifle, in every child who learns to love the homeland, in every mother who whispers prayers for victory. The martyr is proof that a single life can transcend mortality, becoming a symbol carried by millions. These 42 fallen are no longer just sons, brothers, fathers. They are the very pillars upon which the new Burkina Faso shall be built. Martyrdom has always been the ink of history, writing the story of nations that refuse to kneel. Today, our martyrs write with their blood a message to Africa that sovereignty is worth any price, that dignity is worth every sacrifice, and that no drone, no foreign power, no weapon of fear can erase the will of a people who have chosen freedom. They call us not to weep in despair, but to rise in unity, to transform grief into resolve, and to carry forward the struggle they began. In honoring them, we do not bow to tragedy. We elevate their sacrifice into eternity. Their blood is the covenant of our liberation. Their silence is the command for our resistance. And their martyrdom is the immortal symbol that Burkina Faso and Africa will never be conquered again. Unbreakable resistance is the eternal flame that no drone, no bullet, no foreign plot can extinguish. When they strike at us with weapons of destruction, they believe they are breaking our will, but what they do not understand is that every bomb they drop only hardens our resolve. Every coffin that returns draped in the flag becomes another stone in the fortress of our resistance. They see death as defeat, but for us, death in the struggle for freedom is victory, for it proves that we fear nothing, not even the grave in the pursuit of sovereignty. The enemies of Africa miscalculate because they fight with machines while we fight with spirit. They fight with fear while we fight with faith. They fight to enslave while we resist to live free. They cannot comprehend that resistance is not born in palaces or in parliaments, but in the hearts of mothers who raise their children with dignity, in the hands of farmers who till their ancestral land, in the courage of soldiers who march knowing that death walks beside them. This is why our resistance cannot be broken. It does not belong to one man or one government. It belongs to the people, to the soil, to history itself. Let them strike again and again. Let them unleash their drones and their conspiracies. Still, they will never crush the spirit of Burkina Faso. For every officer they kill, 10 more will rise. For every village they target, the entire nation will stand taller. For every child they orphan, an entire generation will carry forward the struggle. Resistance is our inheritance, passed down from Sankara to us, from the martyrs of yesterday to the fighters of today, and it will continue to the children of tomorrow. Unbreakable resistance means that we will not beg, we will not bow, we will not trade our independence for aid, nor our pride for pity. It means that even in mourning we resist, even in suffering we resist, even when the world abandons us, we resist. Our enemies may have technology, but we have the courage of a people who know that freedom is worth every sacrifice. And when history is written, it will not remember the names of those who tried to chain us. It will remember the unbreakable resistance of a small nation that stood tall against giants and inspired an entire continent to rise. A call for African unity is no longer a dream whispered in the corridors of history. It is now a demand carved in the blood of our fallen heroes. The coffins of our brothers draped in the national flag cry out not only for Burkina Faso, but for every African nation that has suffered under the shadow of foreign domination. Their sacrifice is a reminder that we are not divided by borders, tribes, or tongues. We are one people, one continent, and one destiny bound together by the struggle for dignity and sovereignty. Today, as we stand before the graves of the martyrs, we must ask ourselves, how many more African sons must fall before we realize that our strength lies only in unity? The enemy does not strike at Burkina Faso alone. It strikes at Africa's dream of independence, at the soul of every land that refuses to be a colony again. The bombs that fell on our officers were meant as a warning to all of Africa, yet in their roar they awakened a fire that no force on earth can extinguish. We must tear down the chains of artificial division and embrace the truth that has always been before us. Africa can only rise if it rises together. No single nation, however brave, can withstand the weight of imperial designs, but an Africa united with its millions of voices, its vast lands, its resources, and its unbreakable spirit would stand as a fortress that no foreign power could breach. Our martyrs call us to this duty. They did not die so that Burkina Faso alone may be free. They died so that Africa may awaken. Their blood is not confined to our soil. It flows into the great river of African struggle, joining the sacrifices of Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, Amilcar Cabral, and all who came before. It tells us that our future is not in begging for aid, nor in bending to threats, but in forging bonds of unity, trust, and shared destiny among ourselves. Let this be the hour when Africa answers that call. Let every government, every soldier, every farmer, and every student know we are one. If one of us is attacked, all of us are attacked. If one of us is wounded, all of us must rise. The liberation of Burkina Faso is the liberation of Africa. The dignity of Africa is the dignity of all its children. United, no enemy can break us. United, we will shape the future. United, Africa will stand eternally.